It's July 14, and this reading is inspired by geology. A strong evidence for the rapid formation of the geology of our planet is the widespread existence of folded sediment throughout the mountain chains of the world. 3/4 of the surface of the earth is made up of sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are made up of individual particles or sediments compressed and hardened to form rocks such as shale, limestone, slate, mudstone, coal, and sandstone. Sedimentary rocks are generally formed underwater. Surprisingly, even the highest mountains on Earth, jutting an incredible 29,000 feet above sea level, are covered with sedimentary rocks. Geologists find these sedimentary layers throughout the mountain ranges of the world. Surprisingly, many of the mountain's sedimentary layers show signs of being bent, not fractured or broken. How can rocks be bent and not broken? If mountain ranges were pushed up slowly over millions of years after sediment had been laid down, the rocks would have broken like a stack of china plates being pushed up in different places. Unbroken bent sediment layers could only happen if the mountains were pushed up rapidly while the sediment layers were still soft and pliable. Heated rock can be bent, but the structure of the rock changes and these bent sediments show no sign of this kind of structural change. The Bible explains the evidence best. The worldwide flood left thousands of feet of unconsolidated and rearranged sediment across the surface of the planet. During the flood, there would have been rapid continental movements, causing the mountains to be uplifted. The recently laid down flood sediments would have been soft and pliable when the uplift took place. This would have resulted in the folded and bent sedimentary rocks within the mountain chains. Thus, finding folded and bent sedimentary rock layers is not only to be expected but predicted by this biblical model because the rock layers could have been soft and pliable when the uplift took place. Wow, that is very interesting. This is the scripture quoted of the day is Psalm 104:8. They go up by the mountains, they go down by the valleys unto the place which thou hast founded for them. Ooh, it's there in the Bible. Oh yeah. So that is all for the reading of Inspired Evidence, a book by Bruce Malone and Julie Von Vett. You can find it for sale at searchforthetruth.net. I want to tell you what I was going to tell you today after the video, which I spoke about yesterday. What was I saying? Yes, I met up with this group from the Meetup app. It's a socially introverted people or introverts group. So anyhow, this is my first time meeting these people or meeting with this group. We ended up going to the circus, right? It was pretty interesting. It was just me and a girl and a boy, so 3 people total showed up. It started with 7 and it came down to just 3 of us meeting up. The circus was really nice. It's called Bernardo's Circus. It was here in Orlando. And it was pretty cool. No animals were tortured or mistreated. It was just acrobats and clowns or funny people being funny. It was very fun, and I liked it was very, I was in vibe with those people that I just met. I didn't get anxious or felt uncomfortable. I felt like we knew each other from years ago. So after the circus, we ended up going to an IHOP for some food. And we just kept talking. By the time we look at the clock, oh my God, it's been like 2.5 hours. Really fun, really cool. I plan to go again. I loved it. You know, and this is hard work. If you know somebody that's introverted or you are an introvert yourself, it's okay. All you got to do is push yourself and do it. Otherwise, nobody's going to do it for you. So we have to take that initiative and get out into the world and be less socially awkward, because God made us to be social. God made us to have each other, help each other. And if we're just going to remain all by ourselves without communicating with others, then we're missing out on life, essentially. And we're missing out on getting and receiving messages that might be beneficial for you or those who you interact with, especially when you're enlightened with the shining bright light of God everywhere you go. So we prayed. I did a little prayer before eating our late dinner, and it was really pleasant. I don't think they go to church. We were talking about beliefs. Everybody believes in God, but nobody goes to church because they're all scared of, you know, how they're going to be perceived in this or that church. And I was like, oh my God, that's how I felt too. It took me a while to find the right one, but once you find a right church, I don't know, because since we're all different, we might click with some people and some people not. So that's why I say that for some people it might be a little bit of a challenge to find the right church, but it's possible. So don't give up. And that is all I had to say about that. I plan to keep meeting up with these groups. I'm sticking to the introverted one. It's really cool. There's another meetup group I joined. It's a chess club. And there's also another one I'm interested in. Now I'm addicted. No, I'm not. I'm kidding. There's another club. It's for trampoline dodgeball. That sounds like fun. Might do that one. And besides that, my day was great. Today I went to the museum, the Orlando Museum of Art. It was so cool. So many pieces of art, and people get really creative. I saw this one piece where the artist, I thought it was a painting at first. It was just very detailed. It looked like a blackbird and like a woman and a blackbird all at once. Very detailed with lots of lines. It ended up being that those lines, it wasn't painting. It was actually cut paper, like with a thin, tiny knife, cut in little holes and little edges, and like how many hours of just concentrating and cutting little tiny paper how much work did it have to go through that? But you know what, we all do some work, but just that work is really unique and awesome. Anyhow, I'm just ranting now. Let me stop. So I think I'm gonna include a picture now of the evidence of the meetup yesterday at the circus, so you guys can see. And I might have a selfie of the art museum I went to in this video at the end now. But anyhow, I just want to say God bless you. Thank you for watching and listening. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next devotional reading. Bye.